Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine if you're new, and today I'm gonna be doing a full day of eating keto.
Good morning, dude. It's really hot this morning, so this guy is just sitting in front of the fan. Let's get started on breakfast. Starting breakfast with coffee, what I like to do is just have about 8 ounces of coffee with my Liard's Superfood Creamer, and this is some whipped cream. I do have my own whipped cream recipe. I'll link it up here in the cards for you. My husband just uses the frother to blend that all up and make it a little creamy. Once my husband whips it for a little bit, he adds a little bit of whipped cream and sprinkles on some cinnamon right on top. This is my breakfast and my pre-workout on most days, so I'll work out in the afternoon right after I have this coffee. Starting the prep for dinner, I'm going to remove the parsley leaves from the stems and make sure they're clean. I'm prepping for a garlic herb buttered chicken thighs, and that's what we're having for dinner on some creamy spinach. So I'm going to pull out all my seasonings, and these are the seasonings I'm going to be using on the chicken. The key in developing these flavors is to use dry and fresh herbs, so I'm using the dry parsley flakes and the fresh parsley flakes. Along with that, you know I love my spices. In a ceramic bowl, I'm going to start with the herbs. This is half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, a quarter teaspoon of Mexican oregano. I love the flavor that ground coriander gives. This is a quarter teaspoon of dill, and half a teaspoon of dried chives, half a teaspoon of cilantro, 1 teaspoon of this yellow original blend Mrs. Dash, and I love this one. It has really good ingredients. Adding 1 teaspoon of this, half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a tablespoon of Lawry's seasoned salt. Once I have that all mixed up, I'm going to work on the butter, and I'm going to use a microwave safe bowl to just put half of the stick of butter in and melt it down in the microwave. Now that I have my butter and my dry seasoning and herbs ready, I'm going to work on the fresh ingredients. Half bunch of parsley and the juice of 1 lime into the bowl. Make sure you roll the lime for a minute or two just to get the juices flowing. I find that lemon juice and any sort of acid breaks down the chicken and makes it more juicy, and of course adding the butter is going to make it really juicy as well. Once I have every last drop of that lime juice and mix everything together, I'm going to pour over the butter and incorporate that so that I can add garlic and then add it to our chicken. I keep my garlic minced and ready to go in a glass jar in the freezer, so I don't have to peel and cut and dice some garlic. I'm going to put about this much. This is about 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. Put more or less depending on how much you like. Now that everything's prepped, I'm going to make sure that the chicken is cleaned and ready to go and just pour the sauce right over it. You can definitely use this sauce on salmon, you can use it on veggies, you can use it on any kind of chicken, drumsticks, wings. If you're going to use it on steak, I would just take out the lemon juice. Cover it and put it in the fridge for at least an hour. Now that dinner's prepped, I'm going to work on lunch, and I just finished my workout. I'm going to just dice up some serrano, some onion, tomato, some cucumber, and I'm going to mash some Bulgarian feta cheese right on top. I find this cheese at the ethnic market and it's really good. It has 0 carbs. Adding about a tablespoon of EVOO. Gotta get our good quality fats in. I would usually use fresh cilantro, but this is the seasoning that I have and it works just as good. Because I like a little bit of spice, I'm going to add a little bit of my mom's homemade chili powder seasoning that she grows and harvests herself. It's really spicy and really good. This is the pita I use and I get it from Walmart. Ignore the date, I do keep it in the freezer. It is only 7 grams of net carbs for every pita. All I do when I want to heat it up is pull it out of the freezer and add it to my toaster oven. If you want a pita pocket, just cook your bread for a little bit less than I did. I like mine a little crispy and I just use it as a flatbread. I just add the feta cheese salad right on top. And this is lunch with a large glass of water and all of my supplements. It's a couple hours later and I want some Thai iced tea, and this is the one that I pick up from Walmart. If you're craving Thai iced tea like the one that they have at Thai restaurants, this is the one for you. I just buy the box from Walmart and you just brew 1 per cup. If you like it really strong, put 2, but I find 1 being enough. I needed a little pick-me-up and I didn't want any more coffee, so tea is the way to go. I'm just gonna add 1 bag to the glass cup and I'm going to pour the boiling water right over the tea bag. I'm gonna steep the tea for at least 5 to 10 minutes and let it cool down. I'm gonna add my sugar because it's gonna dissolve a lot easier in the hot tea. I'm using 1 tablespoon of Swerve. This is the granular sugar, but you can definitely use stevia or monk fruit. Now that it's sweetened, we're gonna make it creamy, and I'm gonna use the heavy whipping cream. 1 tablespoon is more than enough for me, but if you definitely like it lighter, you can add more. And there you go. It looks just like the one that they serve at the Thai restaurants, so I'm just gonna let it cool down before I add it to my ice. I have my reusable cup here with a lot of ice. I'm just gonna pour it over and make a mess, of course, but it's gonna melt the ice a little bit and it's gonna cool it down drastically, and it's gonna taste so sweet, so creamy, and so refreshing. It's time for dinner. Let's start on our creamed spinach, and here are all the ingredients you'll need. Organic baby spinach, some heavy whipping cream, I shredded some pepper jack cheese, and I have also our mozzarella standing by. We'll also be needing some cream cheese. I use the jalapeno cream cheese, but if you have the regular one, that is fine as well. To a medium saucepan, I'm gonna add the Kerrygold salted butter, and this is 1 tablespoon. What's creamed spinach without the heavy whipping cream? This is a 1/4 cup. I'm gonna add that to the butter. And in goes 2 tablespoons of the cream cheese. Mix that a little bit and let it melt down while we work on the chicken. While I was working on the creamed spinach, I heated my cast iron skillet and just added the chicken plus all of the yummy sauce into this pan just to heat up and cook on each side before I add it to the oven. This is gonna give the chicken some color before I add it to the oven and allow it to cook through in the sauce. It's gonna be really juicy and really tender. Back to the creamed spinach. Now that the cream cheeses have melted, I'm gonna add the cheese. And now I'm just gonna add all of the spinach. It's gonna wilt down and reduce drastically, so I put the whole box. Let that cook down a little bit while we focus back on the chicken, and I'm gonna put this chicken in the oven at 400 degrees for about 5-6 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. All right, let's finish this creamed spinach. I felt like it needed a little bit more of the heavy whipping cream, so I just added a tiny bit. Mix it up and add a little bit of garlic powder, a sprinkle of Lawry's, and some black pepper. This is such a good side to have with chicken, with steak. I'm sure this is gonna be a hit during Thanksgiving as well. I'm just gonna turn down the heat and put the lid on it so it can reduce a little while the chicken is cooking in the oven. Now this is ready. All right, guys, I took the chicken out and I'm gonna let it cool for a little bit, but oh my gosh, it smells so good. I moved it out of the cast iron because I didn't want it to keep cooking, and man, it's gonna make great leftovers tomorrow. Now for dinner to serve, I'm just gonna put some creamed spinach on the plate and put the chicken right on top. Oh my gosh, you guys, it smells and looks delicious. This meal definitely called for a Coke Zero. Just look at this perfect bite. A little bit of the cream spinach, a little bit of the chicken. So delicious, guys. I finished my whole plate. For dessert, I'm gonna have this keto-friendly double chocolate cake mix from Duncan Hines. It's like a mug cake, and I got this from Walmart. It doesn't have the cleanest ingredients. It has maltitol in it, so this is dirty keto for sure. But all you do is add a little bit of butter or coconut oil and some cold water and follow the instructions on the back. These cakes are really good every once in a while. My favorite is definitely the birthday cake one, but this one's really good if you like brownies. I did make a little bit of a frosting with some butter and some cream cheese just to go on top. And I added a little bit of powdered erythritol to sweeten it up. I added a few slits to my brownie just so it can cool down a little bit and so that the frosting can go throughout the cake. Super easy and super delicious when I don't want to bake for hours. Again, dirty keto, not the greatest ingredients, 300 calories, 5 net carbs though, and it's quick and easy. I like them. Find them at Walmart. The birthday cake one is better though. To finish off the night, I'm gonna have a glass of keto-friendly wine.
That's everything that I ate today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell so you're notified of when I upload these videos, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.